Wall-e's rear compactor. This consists of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major printed parts, 2 pistons, and a couple of small components for some retaining pins that go together. The hardware needed for this is, again, we'll need some of these small M3 by 6mm long heat inserts to go into the plastic. We'll need some different size screws. These can be pan head, ideally is what I use. So they're Phillips head, except the Phillips head driver bit. We need some M3 by 6mm long, and we need some M3 by 10mm long. Now the compactor, this part, the side plates will print face up so we can keep and retain the detail with these rivets that sit at the top. The back part will print this way up. It has bridging across the top on the print on the underside, so it doesn't need supports. Disregard these risers here. These are for where I'm planning to mount my electronics, but I'm still deciding that, so I've just printed these later and glued them in. The top plate will print in that orientation facing up. You get a little bit of stepping here with the 3D print layer lines, but you just file that down or fill it or whatever you want to do. The rear part at the bottom will print vertically, so you won't need any supports, and that's pretty much off the printer. I can see some layer lines here, but you don't see this part when he's in the back of the back of Wall-e. The pistons print as a single part, and they print vertically. There's built-in supports so that you can just stick them on the print bed. I print these at 0.2 layer height, but keep them light because they don't do anything. No one will really get to touching those. And then I've painted these with Rust-Oleum, some real orange, some silver, the yellow the same as the body, and I've started the weathering process. I use a bit of a mix of acrylic paints. I've got some matte black, which sort of dulls down away from the gloss, and some just raw umber. This one's a gloss, but what I'll probably do is go back where a piston would have grease, and I'll go in with some gloss black in here, so it just gives a bit of a shiny finish. Or you can even use things like clear nail polish, because that would dry but still give it that gloss effect. These I've planned to have 3 heat inserts in here, but they only really need 2, and when they drop into the back, they're handed, so there's a little bit that sticks out. They literally just go into the back, click in, and then 2 screws in from the back here. That holds those in. When you print these 4 pieces, there's some dowels that are inserted into here. There's some dowels located up underneath the top here. There's a recess of about 0.5 mm for the back plate to align with the side plates, just so you can see that when you glue that in. And there's some dowels in there as well. They're just 3D printed, you insert them and glue it together. When I glued mine together, I sat it down flat on the bench so that these 2 edges stayed aligned. Flat on the bench, arrow dyed along the edges, put it together with the dowels. I just had a couple of long bridge clamps just to put that across, if that fits, and just to apply some pressure to clamp that together when it glued overnight. The bottom plate, or the kicker plate at the bottom, like I said, that was printed. I mainly printed this separately, or didn't glue that in, just because I knew this was going to end up being dark grey, and the side plates being the Caterpillar yellow, I think it is, from Rust-Oleum. So this has, in the bottom, these are just threaded into the plastic, so there's no heat inserts in this part or the side, because you could glue that in after you've painted it if you wanted to. But these screws will help with orientating this in the right position for when it goes in or glues in. These are M3 by 10. You could just have one of these just for orientation that way. and these are M3x6, so the shorter ones, just to into the plastic. They don't really have to be done up tight at all. And that's pretty much the main part of the assembly for the back. And then we'll look at the latch mechanism at the top here. So the intent with the latch mechanism, once it goes into the back of the body, there's pins on the side that will push out and then lock in to retain this into the back of the body. So that'll actually hold the weight of it, and it will just sit down statically, leveling inside the body. So the idea with these pins is, this is again all printed without supports. It might a little bit of clean out. This is diameter 8 hole, so you might need to drill that out once this is glued together. These pins are 3D printed as well. You could replace these with some steel if you wanted to, but I don't think there's a lot of force on that. There's a diameter 2.8 hole there. There's a left and a right hand of these parts, obviously. So this pin just pushes in till the holes line up. You then get an M3x6mm screw and screw that together. So dry fit it outside of the body. Check that the pin fits into the hole smoothly, because you want this to be able to rotate and go in and out. And then at the same time, you need to put in the lever part, which has got a flat in there which lines up with the flat on here. Make sure this is a smooth, loose fit in the back of the compactor. Put it in, put one of the notches down. There's one for when it's open and another one for when it's open. So that should line up with the edge flat. And then one for when it's in the back of Wall-e into the body. And that'll then retain it here so it sticks out this far. You could modify this if you wanted to put it out further, but so the pin and the retaining part go in. Again, just make sure this is a light fit, a good fit before you put it together. Get the M3 screw, M3x6mm long. Screw that in, and then you're good to go. I put a couple of small screws, M3x6, into here just so I had something to grab to lift that out. I could redesign this, but it prints flat on the print bed as well. And then that's pretty much, both tabs would be up. This would go into the back of Wall-e, into the back of the main body, and then you would push the pin out and then retain it. Like I said, I'm intending to have my electronics mounted in the back. It's going to be dependent on how much they end up weighing as to whether this will be good enough, or it actually then makes the whole body tilt back too far because of the weight of the electronics. I might have to put them onto the chassis. And I think that's about it for the compactor.